Version 3 of the Yolobox software was recently released, and it is a complete redesign of this device. It's a free update you can install if you have a Yolobox, and in this video, we're gonna take a look at what's new. So I do want to give a quick disclaimer. Yolobox did send this to me to review a few months ago, which I have done that review now. However, everything I'm saying in this video is my own opinion, and they're not paying me to say any of this. So with that in mind, let's get started. A few months ago, I did a video about the Yolobox, showing what it can do and showing the inputs and outputs and doing a little test stream with it. I even did one of my own shows live streaming from the Yolobox when we were outside in the smoke. Well, it turns out shortly after that stream, they released version 3 of the software, and it is a complete redesign of the entire interface. When I first got this device, I actually sent Yolobox an email with a whole list of things I thought were sort of unusual or awkward to use. And in this update, it looks like they took a lot of those suggestions and rolled them all up and even added more things that I hadn't thought about. So let's dive into this and take a quick look at what's going on. So a quick recap of the features. There's 2 HDMI inputs. There is also a USB input for a webcam, and there is a HDMI out for running to an external monitor, which is actually how I'm recording the Yolobox screen for this video. The whole screen itself is a touchscreen, and this is how you control the Yolobox and switch camera angles. There's also an SD card slot on the bottom, and that is where you can load in media like lower thirds or even video clips. Once this device has an internet connection, which you can do either through Ethernet or Wi-Fi or even a SIM card, then this device will actually stream to YouTube or other destinations itself. It's basically an all-in-one live streaming encoder, perfect for on-the-go video streaming. So the first major change in the software is that the main interface is now split into a left and right side, where the left side shows you the video that is streaming as well as has the other angles. So this side area is where you can control the whole thing. This is where you set up your lower thirds. You can choose your streaming destinations. You can adjust the audio levels. There is even a built-in scoreboard feature, and there's a bunch of other settings here as well. So let's go take a closer look at how to actually set these things up. If you're on the overlay feature and you click the little plus, you can create a lower third directly on the device itself. There's a few different templates, and you can see there's a left justified, a center banner, a banner with a slightly transparent background, and also rolling captions. Once you click one, you can just go ahead and type on the keyboard. You can position it down here, change the size, and done. And now when I tap this, it'll bring in the scrolling captions from the side. So you can see how easy it is to create graphics and lower thirds directly on the device. If you have images on your SD card, this is also how you add them. You just go plus, image overlays, and then any files that you have on your SD card will show up here. You can tap one, and now you can bring it into your scene. You can drag it around and scale it. The next tab over is where you set up your streaming destinations. Built in, it supports YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and also custom RTMP endpoints. So if you tap one of these, it will take you to a page to go ahead and log into your Facebook or YouTube or Twitch account. I've already set it up for YouTube, and you can see that if I go into the settings, it's going to stream to an unlisted video when I hit go. All right, the next tab over is audio. You can choose the headphone output. You can choose how to select the audio inputs into this, either automatic switching based on the camera, or you can just toggle one of the inputs always on. There's also a line input, so if you have something like the Røde Wireless Go, you can actually very easily connect a wireless microphone into the Yolobox as well. And now that that's connected, I can see the line in becomes enabled, and I can choose that input. All right, next we have the scoreboard. It's actually got a built-in scoreboard generator, so if I go ahead and enable that, probably not covering my face, we can make a little game. It defaults to these 2 teams, and you can just go ahead and change the score directly by tapping on the screen. Bring in a little timer, change the text, change the team names. It's all just right on the device. Lastly, there's settings. And this does a couple of things. Video source switching mode, you can either have it so that you single tap to cut cameras or double tap. I prefer single tap because it's just easier. There's also a setting for when you're playing stuff from the SD card. With this setting, you can choose how the SD card clips are played when you switch to them in the source. There's also this HDMI loop through setting. Now, I will say this is the one sort of weird thing. What this does is it actually changes what goes out the HDMI port. Instead of showing this whole interface, it will switch to showing just one HDMI. However, it does not include the full program feed. So it does not have your overlays or graphics, and it also doesn't include the USB camera. It really is just HDMI pass-through. If I change angles, it'll pass the other camera through, but it's not quite the same as sending the full program feed out, so you won't be able to record your program externally. But the good news is, speaking of recording, you can record to the SD card as well as stream. So I can go ahead and click up here, hit start recording, and it's now recording the program to the SD card, including all of the graphics and overlays. When you're ready to start streaming, you just press the Go Live button, and we are now live on YouTube. thankfully to an unlisted video so I don't spam all of my subscribers. And I think my favorite new feature they added with this is that the stream now shows live chat on the device. I can just bring up my stream here, say hello from YouTube, and the chat comment will appear on the Yolobox. And that means this device is all you need for streaming on the go because you can see the comments right there and you don't need a separate device. When I was doing this stream in the smoke, I had to have my computer next to it so I could actually read the comments. Now it's all built in. And if I were streaming to more than one platform, they would show up across the top as additional tabs. All of your comments across all the platforms you're streaming to. And yes, this can stream to multiple platforms itself. You don't need to use a third-party service to stream to multiple platforms with the Yolobox. All right, so I want to show loading in a video clip from the SD card. You just tap Add Video Source, choose SD card video, bring in a clip like that, done, and now it shows up as a video source. And if I hit that video source, it'll switch to it like it was a camera and start playing the clip. We can also now add a picture-in-picture. So I can go ahead and click picture-in-picture, tap the main screen, which is going to be the top-down view, tap the one to show smaller, and now I can choose where this should show up. So I'll be up in the corner, I can scale it, put myself up in the corner, hit done, and now this picture-in-picture shows up as another video source. So now I can switch between the top-down view, the main view, or the picture-in-picture view. And of course, you can even do that with a video clip from the SD card as one of your pictures. And now when I switch to that angle, the video clip will start playing and my video is inset in it. If you do want to switch back to the full screen view where you get the larger picture to look at, you can also still use that version of the interface. You tap this little thing in the corner and it switches between these two modes. And now we've got the layers, we've got the live streaming platforms, and your camera switching now is here. So they really clean things up, and this is a fantastic all-in-one box now. Of course, you should still keep in mind the limitations. It does have only 2 HDMIs and 1 USB. The USB supports webcams or a USB capture card. So you can run a USB capture card into it to get a third HDMI input, but in my experience, that input's a little bit lower quality than the 2 direct HDMIs. But the flexibility that this device gives you of being able to load in video clips from the SD card, create graphics in lower thirds on the device means that when I start traveling again, I very likely will bring this as my live streaming device for streaming on the road. So overall, version 3.1 is a fantastic update and you should absolutely go install it if you have one. Honestly, I think my favorite things about the update are the redesigned interface with the side-by-side mode so that it's easier to see all the different parts of the interface, as well as the fact that it now shows comments from the stream. Those 2 features alone make this a super powerful standalone video switcher for streaming on the go. Well, that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this update and which new feature is your favorite. All right, thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.